Hello, and welcome to Sports Culture, the show that blends the world of sports and pop culture. I'm Dayton Abbott. Since a good majority of you, the audience, know how the show works by now, this being the 6th episode and all, let's get the show started. However, if you don't know how the show works and you want to know how the show works, feel free to watch prior episodes where I tell you. Now, here's our first segment, sports. And in sports this week, our topic is opening night for the Raptors. They played the Minnesota Timberwolves. I went to a local bar called Average Joe's. It was excellent. I had some chicken tenders. I had a drink. I got to watch a good 3/4 of the game. I got off work at 5:30. The game started at 5, I believe. So I got to watch 3/4 of the game, which was a good majority of the game. And let's just say it was up and down. There was some errors that we, and when I say we, I mean the Toronto Raptors, could have avoided. But overall, really good game. Got the W by 3 points, so that's all you can really ask for on opening night. And before I give you my thoughts overall on the game, let's just get some stats out of the way. So, leading point man for the Timberwolves was Anthony Edwards. He put up 26 points, had 14 rebounds in 38 minutes starting. Leading man for the Raptors was Dennis Schroeder, the new point guard. Coming over from the Los Angeles Lakers, he had 22 points. He also had 3 rebounds and 7 assists to go with those 22 points in 33 minutes starting. What won the Raptors the game overall, after we get our leading scorers out of the way, was the field goal percentage. They shot 40% compared to the T-Wolves' 34%. And you might be saying in your head, well, yeah, that's only 6% more. And yeah, that's 6% more. They took 6% more shots in volume and they made 6% more. And if there's anything I've learned in watching basketball, it's that the more that you, or the higher the field goal percentage, the more likely you are to win the game. So even though it is only 6%, that's what helped the Raptors. However, that's not the tell-all factor, or the main factor in what really stole the game, and that was 3-point percentage, which is becoming such a key factor in today's basketball game. Is the shooting of the three, the ability for teams to sign or draft or trade for wing players who can shoot the three from the outside and shoot it really well at a high percentage. And for the Raptors, that was going well this game. They shot it 40%, and the Timberwolves only shot 25.8%. Ooh, excuse me. So if you shoot the 3%, if you shoot the 3 ball at a 40% clip and your opponent only shoots 25.8%, that's going to really tell a lot in the game. If you're shooting for 2s rather than 3s, chances are you're going to score more points and you're going to beat your opponent. So every other category, when I went through the stats for the game, was pretty even, including the blocks, steals, and turnovers categories, which ultimately, if you dominate or control those in a game, you would win the game. But for this game, for the Raps, it was 3-point percentage. And another key takeaway from the game was most of the game was finding a way to run the floor. That transition offense for the Raptors that they had last year as well. Putting up points against a taller Timberwolves squad with the acquisition of Rudy Gobert last year or the year prior, I can't remember. But they have Rudy Gobert. They also have Karl Anthony Towns, who are both just monsters. I believe they're both, if they're not over 7 feet, they should be over 7 feet tall because they just look huge on the court. But thus, if you have a taller Timberwolves squad, you can't really, they're guarding the paint a ton, so you can't really drive. You have to kind of fake the drive, kick out to the outside, shoot the 3. Thus, that's why the Raptors won the game, because they shot 40% from 3. And so, looking ahead to the second game of the season, tonight as I record this, Friday, October 27th, they take on the Bulls, more of an average size squad, height-wise. Athletically, they're a little bit more dominant with Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan. And if you remember, and I remember correctly, this is a rematch of the play-in game to get into the playoffs from last year. And hopefully, DeMar DeRozan this time did not bring his daughter to shriek or scream or yell on every free throw attempt. So the Raptors can maybe have a chance at winning on the free throw line. And if you know, you know what I'm referencing there. And I'll leave it at that. So overall, from the first game, what can we expect for the Raptors for this season? And really, I don't think many people know what to expect from the Raptors this year. Overall, I just want them to compete, and for the younger players like Grady Dick to grow. And I'm sure there's others, but all that's coming to mind right now is Grady Dick. So the younger players to grow. Let's have a competing squad. And if you watch basketball, what are your thoughts, expectations for the Raptors team this year? Or if the Raptors aren't your team this year, who is your team? Let me know, and why you choose to root for that team in the NBA. Down in the comments, let me know. That's going to wrap up sports. And we're going to go into Spotlight. And in Spotlight, I just finished a limited series on Netflix called Big Vape, The Rise and Fall of Juul. So we're going to go into what I liked, what I disliked, and a question for you guys. So starting off with what I liked. I liked how much information was presented in the docuseries, the limited docuseries. And it was presented in a way that it didn't feel boring or overwhelming. It was done through graphics and interview style format, with people explaining over the top of the graphics kind of what they're meaning. And it really helped inform the viewer and the audience in a way that was not distracting or detracting from the main point that they were trying to get across. You know what I mean? Sometimes stats and too much information can really drag down a series or a story. But this didn't feel like that, and which was really, really good. I also liked how many different opinions they got from doing multiple interviews across the entire spectrum of the industry. From the company, from employees at the company of Juul, to the users of the Juul product, to outsiders studying the industry and space, so professors and media, and also like advocacy groups, just everyone. They got a wide range of voices, and it was just really awesome to see because it helped form a complete opinion on the topic at hand. And I also enjoyed, the third part was the splicing in of the cartoon scenes. They had these animated scenes where they didn't have quite the pictures or the video to tell the story from past recollection. However, they got animations done instead. And I really liked the difference that had on the story as a whole. I think if more docuseries could do that, if it's in the budget, because I know animation is super expensive, that would be great, because it really helped tell the story without just, or it really helped provide a visual for what they were saying and not just giving us pictures or like, yeah, it was just a new way of telling the story that I really enjoyed. I'll leave it at that. And however, what I disliked was the main thing was just the ending. That's the only thing I disliked. I think there could have been more to the ending. They based off the buildup that they had throughout the series. I won't spoil the ending for anyone that wants to watch the series. However, I just thought it was really underwhelming. Like, they really, really, really built it up, and then the last thing they leave you on is just kind of like, like, oh, okay, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, it's just kind of underwhelming. So that's it. Other than that, I really enjoyed the length of it. I thought 4 episodes, 50 minutes apiece was really good. And you really told the story without going off topic. I feel like sometimes docuseries can go off topic or they can go in another direction. However, this one just really stayed on track, really told the story of the company from the beginning to the middle to the very end, where they are today. And so that's why I'm kind of talking about it now. And so my question to you, leaving off Spotlight now, is do you like limited type series? Can be on Netflix, can be on Disney+, can be on Amazon Prime, can be on Crave, can be wherever. Do you like limited series? And if you subscribe to these certain platforms, or these streaming services rather, are they your type of content to watch, or are they not your thing? You'd much rather stick to regular TV shows, regular movies, and stuff that's being shown. To me, I think they work on certain topics such as this one and other ones in the past, and that it's a good gauge if people tune in to keep the show going. Say they want to sample or pilot a show, they put it on a limited series. They see the numbers, they see if people like it, they see if people dislike it, they see what specific things people like about it and what they don't like about it, and so they can change the show moving forward if they decide to bring it back for a full season or multiple season runs, right? So what are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments down below. Do you like limited series? Do you not? And why? And now into recommendation, our last segment for the week. And this week's recommendation is another song recommendation, as I have a lot of songs stuck in my head lately. This one is called Prada by Casso, Ray, and D Block Europe. What I like about the song is that it's a really quick song. It's a quicker dance-style track. I also enjoy the female vocals backing it, as it suits the melody really well. And it just has a futuristic sound to it that I really enjoy with dance tracks right now. So I recommend that you guys give this one a listen. Let me know your comments down, or let me know your thoughts on the song down in the comments below. And give me your recommendations, whether it's a song, TV show, movie, an article, a sports game I should check out, let me know what I should be watching. And then maybe I can include it in recommendation in future weeks. And yeah, that's all the time we have for this episode of Sports Culture. If you like the show, you dislike the show, any comments at all, feel free to leave them down in the comment section below, including future recommendations of yours. Like I said, if you would like to follow me, you can do so on Twitter or Instagram. My Twitter is at Dayton__Abbott. My Instagram is Dayton.Abbott. Both are going to be down in the description below. Take care. Thanks for watching. See you next time.